This is this unlikely story of how a small town girl from the middle of nowhere, which is me, ended up being chosen to represent all the YouTube creators in my country to the president. It is a story of favor, opportunity, and just how someone can move from ordinary to extraordinary in ways that are very unlikely. I guess the best place to start would be at the beginning. So in 2020, during the plague, the big shots of Google, all the way in New York, met in a fancy room and made a very important decision that, unknown to them, would end up changing my life. After looking at the unequal representation of Black creators on YouTube, yes, YouTube is owned by Google, they decided to elevate and amplify Black voices on the platform. They set aside $100 million and formed the YouTube Black Voices Fund, which was to run over the course of 3 years, that is 2021, 22, and 23. In each year, they would pick a number of YouTube creators from a pool of 7 countries: America, Brazil, UK, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, and Canada. They would then offer these creators training on how to grow their YouTube channels, a strategic partner manager from YouTube, and a grant, all geared to amplify their voices and their impact on the platform. So what does this have to do with the president? Well, in October of 2022, I got a DM on Instagram from a gentleman who claimed to work for YouTube, saying that they had been sending me emails and I was not responding. Of course, the first thing that came to my mind, this is a hacker. Yes, I thought this is a hacker who is trying to trick me into clicking a link and then they will hack my channel and my Instagram. No way was I falling for that. Do I look like I was born yesterday? Anyway, long story short, turns out he was legit, and I was actually picked to be a part of the YouTube Black Voices Fund of 2023. What? I was one of the 11 creators from my country who had been picked. They flew us out to Cape Town to meet the other creators. A very fun vlog that if you haven't watched, you should watch. I'll pin it right here. Then from January of 2023 to June, we went through intense training on all things YouTube. I must say, of all social media platforms, YouTube is the one most committed to the growth of their creators, hands down. Then in June, after 6 months of rigorous training, it was time to graduate. My Kenyan classmates and I had a fun time speculating on which country would host the event. We were looking forward to being whisked away to America or the UK or Canada, Nigeria. We were so excited. So you can imagine our dismay when we got the email that it was to be held in Nairobi, Kenya, right here in our backyard. So much for dusting off our passports and seeing the world. But little did I know how that decision would be of immeasurable benefit to me. It was a turn of events no one could have predicted. 6 weeks before the 4-day event, I got another email saying that I had been picked to host the Creator Day event, which would take place during the graduation. I was so pleasantly surprised. I had never done any kind of hosting before, but in the subsequent rehearsal meetings we had with the YouTube Black team, they showed so much confidence in me that I had to be confident too. The event was held at the beautiful Trademark Hotel in Nairobi, and we were to check in at noon on Monday. I got another email from the YouTube Black team saying that the president of Kenya, yes, the president of Kenya, had invited the whole YouTube Black team to State House. Yes, to State House on Tuesday afternoon. And I was to give the speech. I was to give the speech on behalf of the YouTube Black creators on how the government can assist us on our creator journey. And of course, the first thing that ran through my mind is the first thing that would run through the mind of any woman's. It ran through any woman's mind. What will I wear? Okay. Flashback 3 days earlier, I had been a bit nervous on what to wear for hosting the graduation event. So you can imagine how much more nervous I was about now going to meet the president. I had gone thrifting, I had a huge pile of thrifted clothes, but now the question was, could I possibly meet the president in my thrifted dress? But in all seriousness, my husband, my cameraman, and he's basically everything in my life, and I took an afternoon discussing in depth what my speech was going to be about, and we also met our fellow Kenyan creators to pick their brains. We did our rehearsals for the Creator Day severally. We also attended a sumptuous breakfast in the bush over at Nairobi National Park, where we fully expected a giraffe or a zebra to walk straight in at any moment. I suppose all the music and dancing kept them at bay. The Creator Day event was an absolute blast, and I discovered that I do have a knack for public speaking and hosting. Who knew? Welcome to Nairobi, everyone. My full name is Susan Mahome. My channel is SUZY'S Homestead. We make content based on making motherhood magical, which is just, helping working moms to balance home and work. My husband and I work together. He is my cameraman, he is my manager, he is everything to me. And we don't just make content, we've also made 4 babies. So yeah. 4 fantastic babies, and yeah, thank you. Now, for one, because you're in Kenya, I will teach you how we clap in Kenya. Because that will not do, guys, okay? So there are 3 ways we clap. Number 1 is called Roheni. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Roheni! 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 So when I come and I say Roheni, that's how you will clap. Then lastly, we're going to have a cheer. Because we all love YouTube, right? YouTube, YouTuber! YouTube, YouTuber! Today is going to be fantastic. All right. I guess you never know what you can do unless you try. The main graduation event was held at Nairobi Street Kitchen, and what an event that was. I mean, the food, the ambience, everything was so good. And during the 4-day event, we also went for a safari over at Nairobi National Park at 5:30 a.m. and we were very close with some of God's most beautiful creation. Then we went to State House. After going through all my dresses at the hotel with my girlfriends, Agatha and Wongel and Jojo, who also have amazing YouTube channels that you should check out, we settled on this thrifted pink dress and this jacket that Agatha kindly lent to me because we all agreed it would be perfect. As for my speech, it went so wonderfully that I got a standing ovation even from the president himself. What a wonderful graduation. Not only did I get to meet the most powerful man in our country, but I also discovered a new side of me that I never knew existed. I also learned that it doesn't matter where you start from. Just because you're from a lowly background does not mean that God cannot elevate you to heights you have never imagined before. The key is to keep trusting, to keep showing up with your best foot forward, and God will do the rest. This was the most amazing thing that has happened to me in the recent past, and I'm so grateful for the YouTube Black team for giving me this opportunity. And yeah, I'm so excited for what we're going to keep on doing with the team. So if you're interested, I will link the video to the Cape Town vlog that we went to. I'm sure you will love that one too, and it's right here. So see you over there. Bye.